What's up, everybody? All right, another day, another thought, more sharing. Sharing is caring. And I got a feeling that this one, man, it probably hits home a little closer and a little truer than a lot of us slow down and think about from time to time. If this gets you pumped up, good. That means the channel is working. And then therefore you should spend some time thinking about it and share it and talk about it. And there's just valuable things to talk about. I think it's a Eleanor Roosevelt quote out there. And if it's not her, then I apologize. But it's like, big minds talk about ideas, little minds talk about people, and then medium minds talk about events or something like that. But anyways, we're here to talk about ideas, right? So here's the idea for today. Taxes. Okay, we're going to talk about this in a couple different directions, and I hope it won't be too confusing, but hold on to your hats because I might get confused myself. All right, the title of this one you can see is that the government spends our money. I get it, okay? This beautiful country that we live in has to be funded in some capacity. That's why we pay taxes. And there's different taxes and different levels and different brackets and income tax and property tax and sales tax and all these different levels. And so we're not going to talk about double taxation without representation today. Maybe we might end up there. I don't think we are. Okay. That's a little sticky point anyways. We're not going to talk about tax brackets. That's a little sticky point anyways. I want to talk about how the government spends our taxes. So just some ideas, just some things I've been thinking about. So recently, we paid for an inauguration. And there was not as much pomp and circumstance as usual, COVID and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, all of that stuff this year, be it barricades or poet laureates or all of those people who are theirs salary, we pay for that. And maybe I'm missing the big picture, and if so, that's reasonable. Communicate with me, and I'm willing to have that conversation. I promise. But it seems like a waste of money. I think we have a government that is put into action for duty and service and helping us regulate this great country and finding the ebb and the flow, the compromise. An inauguration, it's just pomp and circumstance, and it happens either every 4 years or sometimes every 8 years. So it's not that big a deal, but it costs us a lot of money. Other one that we are now reading, talking, discussing amongst ourselves and throughout society would be this impeachment that people are trying to move forward with. Again, now we're talking about a president who's no longer even the president. We're spending time and money and resources. So again, all of those things have a cost, and then therefore they're funded by our taxes. I just think there's got to be something better for our elected officials to spend their time on. Their time equals our money, than fuddling around with finger pointing. Who's right? Who's wrong? Phone's ringing. We'll call them back in a minute. But that's my thoughts on some of these taxes. We just spend it, and it comes from the backs of hardworking American citizens who pay their taxes, and then it goes towards things that may not be as important or as needed. I guess we do elect them to act for us. But in some of these circumstances, I'd kind of want to see them get another approval of spending the money. Our tax dollars soon will already have been sent out for COVID relief programs. And it looks like and reads like, it sounds like our tax dollars will be sent out for another COVID relief plan. How does it stop? When does it stop? And eventually the buck is going to be passed. Eventually, our taxes will go up, and there's not much a way to get around that. So we're going to make this one relatively quick today. I better call back whoever just called, right? But I certainly want to offer the idea of look at the things that the government does. Local government, state government, federal government. And understand that there's only one way that government has money, and it's by taxes. And so then therefore they take the money from the fruits of our labor, and then they decide what to spend it on. I think there should be some more communication and clarification on what they should and should not spend it on. Do we need to hold them accountable for every last penny? Nah, that's a little extreme. But there should be some continued communication and compromise, and I would say less deals that are struck at the expense of our hard work, our tax-paying dollars that the government spends on whatever they want. All right. So that's my thought today about taxes. If you've got a thought, hey, look, email me, SamuelClemensIgnite@gmail.com, and I'll read it. If you give me something topic, then we'll talk about it. And if I can continue to grow and learn and adapt with this channel, I'll have you on with me, because I'm more than happy to have any conversation with anyone about ways that we can become more transparent and more united and less divisive. As I say, more united. I'm going to give an enormous shout out to yesterday's Jeep commercial during the Super Bowl. Fundamentally fantastic. Maybe they were listening to Samuel Clemens Ignite. Probably not. It's probably months in the work. But fundamentally amazing. And if you haven't seen it, hey, Google it. Probably on YouTube. Probably right there similar to me somewhere. Until next time, hey, look, stay safe. Treat each other with some kindness. And please come back to Samuel Clemens Ignite again. Thank you.